This podcast and the following message are brought to you by Coinbase. Join the most trusted place to buy and sell cryptocurrency. Coinbase supports a growing list of assets, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more than 50 other cryptocurrencies. Crypto stored on Coinbase's servers is covered by Coinbase's insurance policy, keeping your crypto investments safe and giving you peace of mind. Find out more and support this podcast by going to AutoConverse.com/Coinbase and get $10 free to invest when using our affiliate link. That's www.autoconverse.com/Coinbase. Get our promo code and receive $10 in free cash to make your first investment today. And thank you.
How does the board and Mr. Musk plan on dealing with a mass exodus, considering the acquisition is by a person with questionable ethics?
As Parag stated, one of the themes of today is continuity. And ensuring that Parag and this leadership team continues to operate the business successfully on behalf of our users, on behalf of our customers. And that has obviously been a big topic of discussion at the board. And as I mentioned, an area that is important to Elon Musk as well.
With no board in place, who will keep Elon accountable and how? Elon made it clear in public that a large part of the reason he bought the platform was because of our moderation policies and disagreements in how we deal with health. This puts Twitter service and trust and safety, as well as anybody who cares about health on the platform, in a very difficult position.
Twitter service, the role of our policies, and the capabilities we've built around content moderation are fundamental to keeping Twitter safe and growing.
That was leaked audio from a Twitter staff meeting after Elon Musk's takeover of the company was formalized last week. But prior to ex-CEO Parag Agrawal and other top executives being fired by Musk on day one. Shortly after the Musk takeover, advertisers began pausing or discontinuing their ad spends on Twitter in protest, causing Musk to announce that he would be firing approximately 3,700 workers, about half of Twitter's workforce. In response, Musk now faces a lawsuit from former and existing employees. A messy first week for the new chief twit, who analysts suggest overpaid for the social media network, but who also speculate will overcome the pushback and reshuffling and turn Twitter into a public town hall, as Musk calls it, and save humanity. From AutoConverse Media, this is AutoConverse. Hey, we got a good show lined up for you today.
Oh, well, I'm a Game of Thrones nut, so that's my jam.
The robots are listening. The robots are listening.
All right, and welcome to this episode of the AutoConverse podcast, where we explore people, ideas, and technologies that influence how we are connected and the way we get around. I am Ryan Girardi. Great, as always, to be here with you. As I was saying, things have been a bit of a mess for Elon Musk since he took over Twitter as the CEO and sole owner the week before last. Between the firing of the entire board of directors, pending lawsuits from former employees, new qualifications for verification, and a host of other stories popping up, seemingly by the minute, it has been a hectic week for Twitter. The takeover has already convinced a number of users to deactivate their accounts and search for safer waters with new social media sites, and has likely caused some people to stop posting altogether. In the midst of all the confusion for current and former Twitter employees and users of the site, one thing is certain: many advertisers are frightened. General Motors, one of the largest automakers in the world, already pulled the plug on advertising on the platform last week, and several other brands like Porsche, Audi, Lamborghini, and now Volkswagen ads are also all paused. Musk admitted on Friday that Twitter is taking a major financial hit from lost advertisers and accused activist groups of trying to destroy free speech. Musk tweeted, "Twitter has made a massive drop in revenue due to activist groups pressuring advertisers, even though nothing has changed with content moderation, and we did everything we could to appease the activists." Musk goes on to say, "This is extremely messed up. They are trying to destroy free speech in America." Pretty messy indeed, but before we continue down that path, how about some headlines? Snap and Amazon partner on AR shopping in the Snapchat app, initially for eyewear. Snap has landed a notable new partner for its augmented reality-powered virtual try-on shopping experience, with news that Amazon will now offer Snapchat users the ability to digitally try on eyewear styles from a range of popular brands. The new partnership between Amazon Fashion and the social app maker will see brands including Maui Jim, Persol, Oakley, Ray-Ban, Costa Del Mar, and others made available for virtual try-on to Snapchat's 363 million daily active users. The launch will see dozens of new shopping lenses made available across categories like sunglasses, reading glasses, and seasonal glasses. In other tech news, the European Union has formally adopted a law requiring Apple to support USB-C chargers, a landmark law requiring Apple and other electronics makers to adopt USB-C as a universal charging standard in the European Union has cleared its final procedure hurdle after EU member states voted to approve the legislation last Monday. The new law, which is targeted at smartphones, tablets, digital cameras, portable speakers, and a wide array of other small devices, is the first of its kind anywhere in the world. It aims to streamline the number of chargers and cables consumers must contend with when they purchase a new device, and to allow users to mix and match devices and chargers, even if they were produced by different manufacturers. Apple could be among the most affected by the legislation. The iPhone maker has historically required users to charge its mobile devices using a proprietary charging connector known as Lightning. Under the new rules, Apple would be forced to migrate away from Lightning and its devices sold in the EU. And that change, which Apple is reportedly testing for iPhones, could potentially extend to devices Apple sells in other markets as well. On the automotive front, Volkswagen has announced it will be fully electric by 2033 to avert the strict emission norms. Volkswagen CEO Thomas Schaefer, in an interview with Automotive News, revealed the brand's intentions to be carbon neutral by 2033. Back in 2021, VW's head of sales, Klaus Zellmer, announced that the German carmaker would be scrapping internal combustion engine vehicles and will be selling only EVs by 2035. And now the brand is targeting to achieve that mark earlier. However, Schaefer cleared that the aim of becoming a zero-emission brand applies only to the European region. The Volkswagen Group, which also sells electric cars from its other brands such as Audi and Porsche, witnessed a huge jump in sales of 27% in the first half of 2022 globally, delivered a total of 217,100 EVs during that period, and about 59% of the share came from units sold in Europe. Suffice to say, Volkswagen has a strong hold in its home market and aims to have a complete EV car fleet by 2033. Little commentary there. Having an all-electric fleet does not mean you are a zero-carbon company. Gotta always look through the rhetoric. General Motors and Trimble recently reached a significant milestone in the hands-free driving world, more than 34 million miles driven with Super Cruise engaged on GM vehicles. The companies teamed up to develop a reliable way to maintain in-lane positioning for hands-free driving, putting safety top of mind using Trimble's precise GPS technology. The companies tout the technology as being able to keep vehicles in their lane position in a variety of environments, including rain, snow, fog, and more. GM calls Super Cruise the first true fully hands-free driver assistance system, but cautions users to always pay attention while driving and when using Super Cruise. Do not use a handheld device. Super Cruise with Trimble RTX, that's real-time extended technology, was first introduced in 2017 on the model year 2018 Cadillac CTX. All right, let's make a transition onto the energy front. Enel X, Way, and Sunrun have partnered to offer smart home charging stations. In an article last week on ChargedEVs.com, the author says that EVs and solar panels are like beer and peanuts. Consuming one creates an appetite for the other. Sunrun, one of the largest home solar energy providers in the United States, has recently announced partnerships with several companies in the EV space, including Ford, GM, and now charger manufacturer Enel X-Way, a subsidiary of the Enel Group. Enel X-Way will supply smart Level 2 charging stations for Sunrun's recently launched charger offering. The new co-branded home EV chargers are designed to work seamlessly with Sunrun's home solar solutions, using automated off-peak charging to deliver cost savings to EV owners. The co-branded chargers are available today in select markets, including California, New Jersey, and Vermont, and are expected to be available nationwide by the beginning of 2023. They will be sold as an optional add-on for bundling with a Sunrun Home Energy Solar Plus battery system. Let me comment on this. I think this is phenomenal. When we talk about electric vehicles being zero carbon emissions, what's always glossed over is the fact that the electricity that you use to charge your electric vehicles has to come from somewhere. And so while the car itself might be zero emissions, you're still getting the electricity from somewhere, and that electricity is not necessarily carbon emission free. And what better way to flip the script, if you will, than to have solar energy providing that electricity. Now, technically, when you install solar energy on your home, which you're going to hear more and more about here through our partnership with Apricot Solar, but when you charge your energy at home, what technically happens is you're taking that solar energy and sending it into the grid to the utility company. Now, the utility company is sourcing energy from many different sources. They're getting it from nuclear, from fossil fuels, from wind, and from solar. And then you actually get credits that come back to you to charge to power your home. So I would say if you have an electric vehicle, you definitely want to get solar energy because you're literally eliminating your energy costs by charging your vehicle at home, because that power is coming from the sun. So great partnership there. In addition to that, Sunrun last week also said it has been selected to develop a 17 megawatt energy storage virtual power plant in Puerto Rico. The award from Puerto Rico's electric utility provider, Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority, is set to create the first distributed large-scale storage scheme on the island. The initiative is part of a nationwide effort to rebuild the electricity network after Hurricane Maria devastated it in September of 2017. And Sunrun, which has been operating in Puerto Rico since 2018, will launch a 10-year program that will see it aggregate more than 7,000 units of its residential solar plus battery storage systems. And during the following year, the U.S. firm will enroll customers into the scheme and start network dispatches in 2024. The plan is expected to reduce energy costs for consumers and help lower pollution. And by taking part in the initiative, customers will be able to achieve cost savings from the power generation, rely on backup during outages, and receive compensation for sharing the power with the grid. And remember that infrastructure bill that was passed last year by the Biden administration? Well, General Motors has now secured a $200 million grant funding from the U.S. Department of Energy. Microvast, a subsidiary of Microvast Holdings, was selected by the U.S. Department of Energy in collaboration with General Motors to receive the grant. The grant is part of the first set of projects funded by President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law. Out of the 200 companies applied for $2.8 billion in Department of Energy grant funding, 20 companies were awarded grants. The grant will enable Microvast to accelerate its plans to onshore critical battery component manufacturing processes, including mass production of patented polyaramid separator technology. The grant, and more than $300 million investment from the companies, is expected to support the construction of a new separator manufacturing facility in the United States. Microvast expects the new separator facility to supply battery components to existing battery cell manufacturing facility in Tennessee, as well as other customers. The separator is a thin, insulating film between a cathode and an anode, preventing thermal runaway while still allowing for ion transfer. How's that for geeky? Honda has unveiled a CI-powered micro-mobility technology that utilizes Honda's cooperative intelligence. Honda's original AI that enables mutual understanding between machines and people. Honda also introduced core technologies adopted from the Honda CI micromobility machines, announced plans to begin technology demonstration testing using Honda CI micromobility machines in 2 locations in Japan. Now, Honda's been working on the development of CI-powered micromobility technologies with the aim to realize a society where each and every person can enjoy the joy and freedom of mobility. To this end, Honda is trying to make the mobility of people and things ubiquitous, whenever, wherever, to any destinations, collision-free and stress-free. In this development, Honda has established 2 core technologies. The mapless cooperative driving technology, which enables the micromobility machine to self-drive while recognizing its surroundings without relying on high-precision maps, and the user intention understanding and communication technology, which enables the micromobility machine to perform human-like communication with dialogues and gestures. And now Honda is ready to conduct real-world technology verification through technology demonstration, testing of its micromobility machines that utilize these core technologies. Further down the road, Honda will continue advancing its CI-powered micromobility technologies while expanding the area where the technology demonstration testing will be conducted. Honda's aim is to put these technologies into practical applications by around 2030 and introduce Honda CI micromobility products which will simultaneously realize both the advancement of mobility in people's daily lives and the realization of zero traffic collisions. I know that's a lot of tech speak, but basically, Honda has developed cooperative intelligence. That's what CI is. Micromobility are just different machines, like scooters and, things like Segways and tiny shuttle cars and whatnot. What the company's doing is developing these technologies so that the human interaction with them, which is powered by artificial intelligence, would be akin to having someone in the car that you can talk to as well. You might remember a few months back, we played a video for you promoting Saudi Arabia's new 105-mile-long city that emphasizes an integration with nature while trapping humans inside of a pair of mirrors called The Line. Well, Saudi Arabia has broken ground on this massive sci-fi mega city. The Line caught headlines for its sleek and arguably unnecessary approach to a city, featuring a mirrored exterior that contains a completely self-contained city that is 546 yards tall, 218 yards wide, and, as I said, 105 miles long. And while the knee-jerk reaction was rampant skepticism over when and how this monstrosity would ever get off the ground, well, new footage from Saudi Arabia confirms that the Line is officially a work in progress. Remember the Hyperloop, Elon Musk's project with SpaceX that would zip people around quickly and cheaply underground? Well, a test site for Hyperloop technology has been dismantled and is destined to become a parking lot for SpaceX employees in Hawthorne, California. The tunnel, which was reportedly decommissioned earlier this year, hosted tests of the still unproven technology, which Musk's The Boring Company said would move people underground in electric pods at more than 600 miles an hour. Those speeds could get someone from Washington, D.C. to New York City in 30 minutes. Musk has been talking about the promise of Hyperloop since a white paper in 2013. At an event in Hawthorne in 2018, Musk suggested Hyperloop would move people around Los Angeles at speeds of 150 miles per hour for only $1 per trip. Neither the Los Angeles Hyperloop nor a faster long-range version have been brought to fruition, although the Boring Company's website does still feature Hyperloop. In April, the Boring Company said on Twitter it would begin testing Hyperloop at full scale sometime this year. Well, as of now, that seems to be gone. No more Hyperloop in development. It is now a parking lot. Coming up.
That's why I regret buying solar panels in America. Hi there. In case you live in the US and are looking to buy solar panels, I have something really important to tell you. You shouldn't. You should not buy solar panels in case you have a home in the US. And if you're wondering why, it's because right now, you can actually have the US government buy solar panels for you. No, I'm not joking. Our government recently released a special solar stimulus program. And with the goal to help stop global warming, Americans will be able to get a complete solar system from our government at absolutely no net cost. And that way, go solar with little to no investment whatsoever. All you need to do is simply click the button below this video to take a quick survey our government provided, and by the end, you'll be qualified. So please, don't spend your own money on solar panels like I did, and click the button below this video now to qualify for this special program and have the U.S. government buy solar